Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today guys, we're gonna do a, well, I guess kind of a John's Arcade on the road, and also a John Gets a New Game video. And yes, I know I should not be getting any more games, but you know what, when the deal shows up, you gotta jump on it, guys. And this video today is kind of a bonus video. This is not my Sunday video, okay? But like I said, a deal popped up and we have to go get it, and that's what we're gonna do today. And it's not what I had planned on doing today, because I had planned on working in the garage all day, but you know what? We're gonna have to get in the car and go get this game. And also, let me show you what's going on here. My Tron has decided to freak out. And I just turned the arcade on, and listen to that. So I don't know what's up with that. The game plays, and if I start the game, that loud noise goes down. So I don't know if it's an audio amp that went bad or power supply issue. I don't know. We'll pull that out later and see if we can fix it. But anyway, all right. So what do we do in this video? So here's what happened. Okay, a local collector friend of mine, Mark. Okay, he had said that a friend of his, Mark, is giving away a Pro Monaco GP. Okay. A 1980 Sega driving game, okay? An early driving game before Turbo, before Outrun, was Monaco GP, okay? And in the States here, we had regular old Monaco GP in a Cabaret form, and also in a Cockpit form. And then there was this other version they released after called Pro Monaco GP. And it's actually a very rare game that was only released in Japan, as far as I know. Japan and Europe and maybe Australia, okay? We never really got the Pro version here in the States. And I know that like Richie Knuckles has one, and I've seen them before, like on Claw, and it's considered a pretty rare game. So anyway, my friend Mark says his friend Mark is giving away a game. Does anyone want it? And I said, yes, I'll take it. So I got a hold of this guy, Mark. And so this morning, we're gonna get in the car and we're gonna drive to his place and grab this game. Now, he says it's partially working, and I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I don't care. I'm excited about this because it's a very cool looking game. And I have to tell you the truth, I really kind of miss Turbo. Because I used to have a Turbo down here, and it was a fun game. It's a fun, twitchy driving game. And this is a lot like Turbo, except it's before it, not quite as advanced. But it's kind of this crazy sport where you're just moving the steering wheel and just dodging stuff. So I'm kind of excited to get this. And if it works out and it's a really nice cabinet and a good looking game, we might put it down here. We might get rid of Outrun. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, enough of that. Why don't we get in the car and let's take a ride over to Mark's place and let's see what's going on with that Pro Monaco GP, and let's grab it and bring it back here to the garage. All right, guys, let's hit the road. All right, guys, we're here. We're here with Mark. What's up, Mark?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. So this is the game, huh?
This is it.
So it's a Pro Monaco GP, which is like the upright version, right? The full-size upright version of Monaco GP, right?
It's the version that came after Monaco GP.
Okay.
So
because Monaco GP was just in a Cabaret and a Cockpit, right?
I think they had a stand-up version too.
Oh, they did?
I had the Cockpit at one point, and this was, they tried to improve on it by adding more
stuff.
So it's very similar.
Yep. But the scoring system's a little different, I think, right?
Yeah, and it has a little countdown thing that as it cashes in your bonus points.
Oh, really?
And it's got pretty much the same soundboard.
Gently bang steering wheel if car is not responsive.
Yeah.
Is that original?
I put.
Oh, you put that in there.
There's something wrong with the opto board, but you just go like that.
And it fixes it?
Yeah, and I never got around to fixing it. Could I? Yeah, I could have fixed it, but...
So how long have you had this thing? What's the story?
This has been probably down here for about 14 years.
14 years, wow.
Yeah, I picked it up from a friend,
Uh-huh.
Walt,
Yep. Yeah, I know Walt and Lynn.
Yep. and he.
I have a few of Walt's games in my basement.
All right. So he passed it on to me for a good price.
Okay.
And a reasonable price, and I got it up and running, and, and it's been down here ever since.
Nice. And what's it doing right now?
Right
Does it work?
I can turn it on.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
It's got a sound issue.
Okay. And this game's all TTL. There's no CPU, right?
No CPU.
Right. So this is Sega's last TTL game.
Yep.
Oh wow! So that's what it does.
That's the
whole time.
The whole time.
Never stops.
It's only done that for a few years.
Okay.
So it was reliable for a good 12 or 13 years.
And then it just started doing this.
But with the soundboard outside, you can just pop that in and see if it fixes it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of the chips just, it's weird. They're not supposed to go bad, but they go bad over time.
Right. Wow. So, and the gauges work on this thing, right?
I don't know. I think they're fake. I'm not sure.
Oh, really? I thought they were supposed to move on this game.
They might. I don't call it moving. Hey, you're right.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool, right?
I never knew. So give the steering wheel. There you go.
There we go. That's awesome. So the tack works.
Yep.
Boy, the sound is... It's making, like, you can hear the other sounds underneath all that mess, right?
Right. And I don't think you hear the fire truck go by.
It's a cool game.
Sometimes it's a combination between the soundboard and the main logic boards that triggers the sound.
So what's your high score?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 7,000 or 8,000. I never flipped it.
You never did?
Never did.
Yeah, because it has 4 digits, and then right here there's like a fake 1, right, that lights up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You never seen it? Yeah, you can kind of see the 1 right there.
Okay.
So you've never gotten to 10,000. So this is the best score over 10,000. You never even saw that.
Never got it.
And there's a timer up here. I love these cabinets too. I used to have a turbo, which is very similar.
Yeah.
Like I just like how Sega makes their cabinets, like the cool T-molding and stuff.
Yeah.
The plywood. All right, awesome.
The finish is awesome.
So how are we getting this out of here?
I think we're going to pull the monitor out of it to lighten it up by 50 pounds.
You think so?
If you want. And we have...
Do you have a cart?
We have this over here.
Oh, you have a stair climber.
We have a stair climber that we borrowed from...
Look at that.
From Jim.
That thing's awesome.
And so we'll either put the whole thing on there or lighten it up and whatever you want to do.
Sure. All right, well, let's get it on there and let's see what happens.
Very good.
I don't believe we don't belong. No one can see what we've got. I don't believe we don't belong. No one can see what we've got.
All right, guys, the game is in the garage, and here it is, yes, Sega's Pro Monaco GP. So, I know, but this game's cool. It really is, and it is actually pretty rare. As far as I know, and as far as I understand, this game was never really officially released in the US. It was in Japan only and Europe. There are definitely a handful of these in the US. I've seen them. Not a lot of them, though. Because in the US, they had regular old Monaco GP, which was released in a Cabaret version and a Cockpit. And then there was this Pro version, which was released in Japan and I think Australia and Europe, but not officially in the US. And this game is kind of a deluxe model, it has different scoring schemes. I don't really fully know every single little thing that's different, but it is different. The gameplay is not exactly the same and the scoring is not the same. I'm not sure if regular Monaco GP has working gauges, and we'll look at that in a second. I do think that this game is really cool looking, guys. I really do. It's neat. And I think there's a bunch of light bulbs that we got to replace because I think like everything lights up and there's lights in here or something. I don't know. We're going to have to go through it. We're not going to do it right now, okay? I got other stuff I got to be working on. But again, this thing just came up and I had to grab it. And, and let's just kind of go in the back here. I haven't plugged it in yet. But you can see here, it's made in Japan. Really cool. These SEGA cabinets, I do think are really cool. I used to always admire my Turbo. I just thought it was a really well-made cabinet. You know, they use nice materials. They use really cool T-molding on these kind of two-tone T-molding. Really awesome stuff. Now, I'll tell you guys something. There's something really bad going on inside this game. And what is going on is mold. Do you guys see that? This is bad news. So I will have to address that, and it's moldy everywhere. And that is super unfortunate. So I'm going to have to scrub this game down with bleach because there's really no other way to get rid of it. And not happy about that. But you know what? The game was free. so you know what? I can't complain, right? It's partially working and it's moldy. The mold, though, we can get rid of. We'll just come through with some like mean green with bleach or fantastic with bleach, and I'll have to just pull the boards off and we'll wipe it down really well. I'll probably do that sooner than later because I don't want this moldy game in my garage and definitely not in my house. I don't know how dangerous this is. I cannot wait for the comments, too. You guys are going to tell me to put a mask on, put gloves on, don't let your kids near that game. I can hear the comments already. So, anyway, all right, so the game, I transported the game on its side, and there was stuff rattling around inside this cabinet. So, right now, before I plug it in, I want to inspect and just make sure there's not, like, any quarters on the PCB stack or you know, stuff like that, because I don't want to plug this in and have something short. And I'll tell you, when I opened the back door, this was just sitting right here, like that, and that had kind of come to the surface. It was probably in the bottom of the cabinet, but when I had the game on its side, you know, all this loose stuff was rattling around. So when you transport games on their backs or on their sides, you should actually, you know, when you do transport games, you really should try to put them on their back first. And if it doesn't fit in your car that way, then go for the side. It was easier for us to get this game in on its side, but I almost always try to put it on its back because the game really is kind of designed to go backwards. You know, they all have wheels on the bottom. On its side is kind of, I think, weird, stressful angles on this stuff, but I did transport it on its side. But anyway, I want to just kind of take a quick peek through here and just make sure there's no quarters or parts or pieces sitting on top of the PCBs. Because again, we had the game on its side and, you know, stuff was just rattling around in here, and I want to make sure there's no shorts. And just looking in here, God, the mold is sick. Just make sure there's no quarters across the fuses. So we got some batteries down there that are very original. So obviously those are not working. I'm guessing those are for the high score save. So I'll be changing those. I mean, before I do anything with this game, though, I have to bleach it and get this mold out of here because this is just gross. The good news is, though, it's plywood. You know, it'll clean up nice. It's just going to be a function of getting all of the parts out of the way so that we can clean it up with some bleach. And by the way, yeah, this game is TTL, transistor to transistor logic. There's no CPU. It's actually a miracle that this kind of game even functions and works. Looks like the main PCB stack down here. Here's a soundboard. Now, at the guy's house, when we plugged it in, one of the sounds was stuck. So let's see what happens here. Now, he gave me another soundboard. We might swap it out real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and turn it on. Hopefully nothing blows up. There's that sound. Is that fan working? Let's go up here. So we've got a stuck sound. Now the steering wheel, oh man. That's right, he said to hit it. Steering's not working now. Gently bang steering wheel if car's not responsive. So something on the way home, look at the tack's not moving either. so on the way home, this control panel fell out. And I don't know if it wasn't latched or what. What's happening here? I'm not really sure, to be honest. It doesn't look like it's playing. Just making some crazy sounds. Boy, there's some crazy fan in here. Oh, it's right back here. Yeah, my turbo had a noisy fan too. Let's see. It says deposit coin. All right, let's do that. And then it says start. Yeah, something happened with the control panel. Because on the way home, the whole control panel fell out, and it put stress on these wires. And I really hope we didn't rip any of. Oh, here, it's not plugged in. Ah, it must have came unplugged on the way home. All right, good. That's not a big deal. All right, so I got to plug it back in. Let's see if I can get to it from the back. All right, good. I was worried that some of the wires got ripped out, and that is not the case. It just came unplugged. So I'm going to come back here and just plug it in. All right, so it's plugged back in. Now let's see what happens. Boy, that sound is horrible. All right, let's coin it up. All right, our tack is working. I said to give this a nudge. All right, we're not steering though. There we go. All right, so now it's scoring. All right, so the game is working. It looks like we might have a cold solder joint on the optic board or something. And we have a sound that's just stuck on. Crazy. All right, just out of curiosity's sake, we're not going to work on this game. No way. Guys, I got so much stuff I should be working on right now. I wasted like 6 hours of today going to get this game. So we can't work on this. I just want to introduce you guys to this game, and then we got to move on. But I'm just curious if we swap this soundboard, if we're going to get different results with that. Because that'd be kind of cool if we swap these soundboards and then it's working, you know, and that crazy sound thing is gone. I suspect that the issue with that steering where you have to kind of nudge it could be a cold solder joint or something really simple. So let's swap out these PCBs and see what happens. And there's just two little plastic things. Now this monitor is I'm pretty sure it's a Nano, which I had in my turbo. And I think Outruns usually have those too. It's amazing that it's working. I mean, it's all original. No one's ever touched that thing, and it's a really good-looking monitor. And those Nano monitors always look good. Like my Turbo 2 had one, and it was just an amazing picture. Just really good-looking monitors. All right, I'm trying to get this board off of here. All right, so I just kind of took my pliers and squeezed those little plastic nubs. Now there's a socket on the bottom here. We just got to pull this out like so, okay? And this is the 96598P. And let's put this other one in. And he said that he had gone through this one earlier but never tried it or something. So let's just put this in and see if we get anything different. So the issue could be on the soundboard, or it could be something on the CPU that's stuck lower or whatever, telling that thing to keep playing that sound. Okay, so let's see what happens when we turn it on. Gone. I think that fixed it. All right, well that's cool. All right, let's start a game. Oh yeah. That's all it was. Just gotta figure out, here we go. Oh, nice. Well, good, the game works. That's all it was, guys. The issue was on the soundboard, and he gave me another soundboard, and bam, we're in business. Just gotta clean up the optic board here. And I bet you it's something stupid like a cold solder joint or something. This game's cool. You know, I love Turbo so much. I really did. That's like one weird game I missed. How cool is this with the headlights? Go, go, go. It is amazing that this game, I mean, I would have, and by the way, this game is not in MAME. They can't emulate this. Now, someone made like a simulator, but these games are not in MAME. See, we lost our steering again. Game over. So we got 1,907 points. Pretty cool. It's pretty awesome that I just threw the soundboard in there and fixed it. I got lucky like that. So, all right. So, you know, this thing is going to be in the garage for now. I might get rid of the Outrun and bring this down instead. I don't know. I think this thing is cool. And by the way, there's like this thing here, number of cars successfully overtaken, you get a bonus, and then it keeps building and building, and then if you crash, you lose it. You should watch when I play it, because there's a little meter that starts filling up. And I think this is unique to Pro Monaco GP. So my score, 1911. I'm not sure how many light bulbs are out. I don't know. This thing's neat. I'm going to go through the whole game. I'm going to make sure all the bulbs that are supposed to be here are working. We're going to reflow the solder on this optic board that's in here. This shifter, that is not original. That should be wood. And I think I might actually have an original one from a Monaco GP in the basement somewhere. I'll have to take a look. I think it's down there. I'll have to go see if I still have that, because my friend Brian gave me one a long time ago, thinking it was for a turbo, and it wasn't. It was for a Monaco and or turbo cockpit. I don't remember, but I had a wood shifter knob for this. We'll have to take a look and see if I still have that. But let's see how many plays this thing has on it. So if you look at the coin meter, it's got 182,532 plays. That is a lot. So that can't be right. 182,000 quarters. All right, let's do the math. 182,000 divided by what? Or times 0.25. Let me pull up my calculator app here. So 182,000 times 0.25. $45,000? Come on, no way. Now this thing was in home use for we know at least the last 15 years, and you know every time they pressed this credit button, it was adding one. So who knows? So I don't know. What do you guys want to do? You want to play a quick game, then we'll go back in the basement? You guys like this thing, by the way? It is pretty neat, right? The artwork is just sick on it. It's got so much going on with all these LEDs and the light bulbs and the working tachometer, which, by the way, I don't think is lit up. So there's a bulb behind there. All right, let's try playing the game one more time and see if we can do a little better. All right, So let's put a credit in. All right. So watch this meter over here. Every time I pass a car, it lights up. I think after you get X amount of cars, oh, see, then the meter went down to 0. I could get into this game, guys. I mean, it's just like, I was so into Outrun, it's this kind of twitchy gameplay. Outrun was a little, so I think if I go on the sides, it resets the meter too. Outrun was just like such a twitch fest. It was just like, it's like stuff coming at you and you're just twitching left and right. And this is very similar. Except Outrun, they tried to do kind of a more of a perspective. Oh, look at that. All right, so now I'm getting great points for everything I pass. You hear that beeping sound? Because you fill up the meter and then you start getting 200 points per car, I think. Extended play. Ah, boy, this is cool. Because you really don't want to crash. Because if you crash, it resets the meter and then you don't get those really beefy bonus points. That's cool. So we got 3,400 points. So there you go. Yeah. I dig it, guys. SEGA Pro Monaco GP. So if anyone knows where that coin door is, please let me know. We got to find this. It looks like it's just a piece of rectangular sheet metal that latched in there somehow. And I'll get a lock for this, and we'll clean this up. I'll remove all the stickers he put on there. I guess the free play thing, the button, I'm not thrilled that this is there, but I guess we can let that go. And then I'll see if I still have that shifter knob. But really, I think we just need to clean this up. I need to go through it and make sure all the bulbs are there. And we got to figure out that grounding, or there's some kind of issue with the optic board, but it works if you nudge it, so that just tells me it could be a connection thing. But yeah, there you have it. So I want to thank Mark, by the way, for giving this to me, because it's awesome. So this thing might end up in the basement sooner than later. We'll see. So, all right, guys, let's go back down to the basement. All right, guys, there you have it. That was the SEGA Pro Monaco GP. What'd you guys think? I think, personally, I think that cabinet is sick. I love the artwork. I love the way it looks, the lines, the curves. It's got all kinds of lights and LEDs. It has a lot going for it. And the gameplay, I can get into that. That's pretty fun, you know. And like I said, you know, I kind of miss my turbo, and so I'm kind of anxious to get some more of that twitchy racing old school gameplay. And of course, I absolutely positively need to thank Mark. Mark, thank you so much for that game. Honestly, I'm stoked, and thanks. I mean, what a nice guy he was too. He gave me like the manuals and an extra soundboard and an extra control panel I had out there. I don't think I showed that to you guys, but just a stand-up guy, super nice guy. So Mark, thank you very much for this Pro Monaco GP, and rest assured, it is in a good home here. I will take care of it and respect it and love it. So, and I'm gonna bring it down here. I think I am. I think the Outrun. I think we're gonna get rid of that. I want to see the Pro Monaco GP back there. I think that's the plan. So anyway, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet because this is not my Sunday video. This is a video I am squeezing in because I never planned on doing this today. It just kind of happened that I had to get in the car and drive 6 hours today back and forth. And it really ate up a lot of my day, but it was worth it because it's a cool game. So I'm going to get this video out really quick, and then tomorrow, Sunday, and maybe Monday, the video will come out. I need to go in the garage, and I need to get the Nintendo Versus cabinet done, and I'm all ready and cleaned up out there. all ready to work, and we had a little bit of a distraction here, but I just want to get this video out, and so I'm not gonna do any viewer mail. Let's just keep it short and sweet, and then let's get out of here. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching these videos. If you've never subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I release new videos on Sundays and sometimes in between, like this one, and then check out my 2 podcasts, Video Game Outsiders at videogameoutsiders.com. I got a little itch here. And Arcade Outsiders at arcadeoutsiders.com. And then that's it. I'll see you guys very, very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow, Sunday night, or Monday morning, afternoon, around there. So I'll see you guys very soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. And then we will revisit that game, by the way, because I do want to get that 100%. We'll clean it up, and we'll see if we can fix that optic issue. But guys, I can't work on it now. I got to work on other stuff that is way ahead of it. So anyway, all right, enough of that. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Later, and bye.